This year's student movement against Quebec's austerity measures is quickly gaining momentum, but some protesters are pushing their luck inside of university classrooms. On March 23rd, classes at Concordia University were canceled for the departments that had taken binding strike mandates against austerity measures. But a problem arose when a department of students on strike forced a class of students that had not voted to strike to leave their classroom. Here to explain more about what happened in his class is Danielle Saleh, political science professor at Concordia. Can you explain a bit about what happened in your classroom on March 23rd?
On Monday at 2:30, when the students came into the class, political science had not voted to strike yet. So that's why I was offering the course, because I thought there's a majority of police students, political science students, and also there's political science has not voted whether to strike or not. So I went on to do to do my class as usual.
In your opinion, did they have the right to be there, or do you feel that they pushed their rights a bit too far?
Put it on account of inexperience, or why? I don't think they meant ill or anything like that. I think from their point of view, it was legitimate what they were doing, because they were protecting the interests of the students who were striking and who were missing a class because they were striking, and that's fine. I don't disagree with that. I don't have a problem with that. Where I think there's a line that perhaps was crossed, and that was not a nice line to cross, is by engaging in by not giving a chance to the other party to be listened to hear what they had to say, to hear why you guys who decided to attend and wanted to have a class, in other words, the exchange, which is essential in the deliberative democracy, was not there. They did not provide that possibility for the exchange.
Do you, in your professional opinion, feel that protesters have the ability to create change on a social and political level, or do you feel that it might not reach that far?
What I have seen so far, I would have to answer no to that question. I'm not saying that it's only the beginning of the movement. So I'm not saying they won't do it, but certainly if we refer to the example that we were involved in on Monday, when this group came to erupted in our classroom, as I mentioned earlier, I would have liked them to do a little bit more of education. That is, speak to us, explain to us why they were doing this. Instead, we were just put into a fait accompli, and there was no way we could. I mean, we had to just stop what we were doing. We had no choice. So basically, they stifled our right to be where we were, and they did not explain why they were doing what they were doing. So if they continue in that kind of approach, I would say that will be detrimental to them.
What do you feel needs to be done in order for a positive change to happen in society?
Whenever you want to change the world, whenever you want to change, I mean, this is a social movement. They say it's a social strike. So obviously, when they claim they're against capitalism, they're against the exploitation of natural resources, all good things, all important things, and we have to think about these things. However, you don't do that by telling others that if you're not doing well like we're telling you, you're a moron. Okay, you're a subhuman. Okay. I think it's important that social movements bent on changing the world, quote unquote, have constantly to occupy the moral high ground, to be better. And when I say better, I mean to present a better image, to be more moral, more ethical than the opponents, than the people that whose vision they want to change, whose vision they want to transform or just abolish.
Students are now taking larger measures and trying to ensure that their classes will no longer be interrupted by strikers. Emily Vidal, Concordia News.